We bought our farm in Northern Portugal with a dream of creating a home for our family that was full of imagination. A space where our boys could be wild and free, surrounded by inspiration. Our journey so far has seen us create a table from a wine press, grow a lawn in an overgrown field, build a couch in a swimming pool, and dream up a hobbit house to house our lawnmower. Now, while we extend our stone house in preparation to build big, to keep their imaginations alive, we're creating a Swiss Family Robinson treehouse in the Pines. Our hope is that when our boys look back, when it's time for them to decide how they'll go forward, they'll know all about how to think big, to be brave, and most importantly, how to explore all of the crazy, beautiful opportunities that our world and our minds can offer.
Morning everybody. What have we got? Had Crusoe wandering up here yesterday afternoon, having a good look around. We tested how high this window should be over here. And I think today would be really cool to kind of start looking at getting some walls up. I've got this wood here. It's, what is it, about 30 centimeters wide, and it's only 1 centimeter thick. And I bought it so that I could cut it into 40 centimeter, 50 centimeter lengths for the roof on the deck, outside deck area, the outside kitchen area where Tara's working at the moment, so that we can make it into shingles. And it's worked really, really well as a roofing material. Certainly it's kept the water out this winter. The longevity of it, I've got no idea, but we'll see. Over time, I'm sure it'll do just fine. So I'm going to be using this for the walls, just sort of as a cladding material. I haven't got very much of it left, so I'll have to get some more of it soon. But the first plan is to sort of start putting things together and see how it goes up. It'd be lovely to have Crusoe able to come up here and play around and hang around without having to worry about him or Sawyer dropping off the edge. So that's the plan for today. Let's see how we get along. So I'm keen to put some 45-degree angles in, like I've done over there, right here, just to make sure that everything's square and it doesn't, sort of move like this. So before I put too many panels up, I just want to get it all square and in shape, get those 45 degrees in place. So I've been investing a little bit of YouTube earnings into tools. I do a lot of building here, really enjoy it. Sensible to start investing a little bit of money into that, into the tools, because when I first got here, I was using a $20 electrical screwdriver and a handsaw. I built the entire kitchen with handsaw and a $20 drill. And a sander. Took ages because of the tools that I was using, but actually I've got a lot of appreciation for hand tools. I really enjoy using them, and if I had less to do and more time to do it in, I would definitely, almost certainly, be using my hand planes, using my saws, using my hand tools as much as possible, because there's really a great sense of achievement in building something like that kitchen out of hand tools. There's something really satisfying about pushing the boundaries of your own personal ability. Hitting a nail into a piece of wood, that's not as easy as anybody would make out. You can miss the nail, you can hit your finger, you can bend the nail. There's all sorts of things that can go wrong. You buy one of these big fancy things, and this, by the way, is a battery powered nail gun. It shoots 9 centimeter nails. That's like 3-inch nails. That's amazing, I'm delighted with it. Like, it has basically become fast one of my favorite pieces of kit. And DeVault, if you're out there and you fancy sponsoring us, give me a call, comments below or something like that. But I'm loving it. You know, what a great piece of kit. Anyway, I digress because I get excited about these things. There's something wonderful about using this and just going poof, 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 job's done. But there's also something really beautiful about being able to actually make something with your hands and hand tools as well. So hopefully we'll be able to keep a mixture of that going on rather than just, you know, investing in these tools and only using these tools. But anyway, we'll see. That's looking pretty strong that way now. That angle's great. All right, let me just check this straight. Before I was, yeah, it's off. That one's off.
Calling out, it's all you trust. Right now,
hey, did you come all the way on your own? All right, okay. Are you coming up here? Do you want some help? Okay. All right, hang on. Here we go. There's my hand. Can you reach it? Ah, gotcha. There we go. Oh, we're going to come and test the old Treehouse out.
Yeah.
What do you think? Ah, is it coming along nicely? Yeah. Just like your brother, always with the pliers, eh? What are you going to do with those? Yeah, great. Shall I take them? Thank you, buddy. Not like your brother. No, don't touch that. Big nail gun. Crusoe used to take the pliers and he'd never give them back.
That day will go on. Falling blind through the open air. Trust the fool you let away. Like the last time that you chose you. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, we knew that day. Yeah, we knew that day. Yo. Ooh, we knew that day.
In just a second, I'm going to take you for a little walk around the farm and show you where we've got up to with things like the gardens and what we're thinking with future projects. I know a lot of you have been asking how it's all looking, and this is such a beautiful time of year as spring is springing. We feel especially grateful to be calling Portugal home. The question we get asked the most every single week is, how did we make the move? What did it entail? How can we make it easier? Do we have any contacts? So I'm delighted to say a massive thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Pearls of Portugal, who I think could prove to be massively useful to anybody looking to move in this direction. Pearls of Portugal was set up by a German chap called Frederick, who made the move in 2017 and renovated a property here in Northern Portugal, not far from us actually. The team at Pearls is made up of Portuguese native speakers with tons of experience in the real estate market, and they're on hand to help with everything from initial house inspections to the entire purchasing process and beyond, putting you in touch with architects, contractors, and anybody you might need to get your project underway and to renovate your dream property here in Portugal. On their website, you will find tons of real estate listings, as well as really interesting renovation projects across the country. So make sure you take a look by clicking on the link in our description. And if you decide to sign up with Pearls of Portugal as your buying agent, use the code TheNewbys and you'll get a free house inspection as part of the process. So it's definitely worth checking out if you're thinking of moving in this direction and pursuing a dream in Portugal. Right, let's go have a look around. Right, sun has risen, the mist has lifted. And I've been getting on with a whole load of kind of, I don't know, household admin chores this morning. Things like laundry and making granola. And Joao's here and has been busy with something else that we've been meaning to do for a while. But I noticed the other day when cleaning the chicken coop that we've got, I think there must be mites. I know this is really common with chickens, but there's a whole bunch of creepy crawly things running around in the hay that came out. So we bought some stuff to put in there. And we're just treating it now, so I'm just going to close it so that the chickens can't get in there, and then we'll put some more hay in and sort that all out. So funny, this morning Crusoe flat out refused, I'll shut this in case it does open again, but Crusoe flat out refused to leave the chicken coop this morning until the chickens had laid an egg, which can take some time, you know. So poor Tudzer was on the egg box and he kept opening the door and closing it again, but I think when they're in that zone they're so chilled. Or our chickens are just so used to the boys that they don't even bat an eyelid. But anyway, she stayed sitting, eventually laid her egg, and I get delivered it like warm, almost, you know, fresh out the chicken. Anyway, Joao reckons we might need some more chickens because, you know, 3's not really, Crusoe needs more than that. But anyway, let's get them fed. And actually, I've just had an idea. Before I go and sort the chickens out, because they're in the veggie garden at the moment, they're absolutely fine, digging in the compost and doing what they're doing. A few of you have asked recently to see how the garden's looking, how the farm's looking, because our videos have been very focused on our projects recently. But I thought I'd take you around and show you what's going on, because we've got the most amazing blossoms coming out and everything's sort of slowly coming to life, and we've been really busy kind of trying to get the borders going and get everything looking a little bit lovelier. So let's start up here. I'm just outside the tiny house and I'll show you what we've done. So we went and bought a whole load of, I call it instant gratification gardening, but a whole load of kind of annual flowers. I think a few of them these are perennials, but started planting some primroses. They're perennials, aren't they? Started planting some primroses and moving some agapanthus and lilies and things up here. Oh, thanks, buddy. So yeah, we're starting to make this a really beautiful flower border. This is the path that John was building, which will eventually go to the new extension on the stone house. The camellia trees are flowering at this time of year, and it's just so beautiful, as are the magnolia. So we have this magnolia here, and we've got some magnificent magnolia in the village. Thank you, my darling.
I'm getting another one, Dad.
Are you going to get another one for Dad?
Rabbit, so high.
Okie dokie. There you go. Little camellia flower. Thank you, buddy. Anyway, this is our one magnolia tree. It's not doing an awful lot right now, but the ones in the village are incredible. They really do give the most extraordinary gift of flowers for about 2 weeks every year. The rest of the year, they're just kind of, you know, ordinary trees. But anyway, we're going to move this, I think, and put it somewhere a bit sunnier, because I think it's just too shady here for it, and we need to find a new home. So this will be moved. We're also going to be, of course, extending the extension. This is the current concrete floor we have to work with, and we're going to need as much space as we can get. So we're going to double that, I think, if not a little bit more, to about where the magnolia tree is. And then have a bit more space. John's got some super exciting plans with that. That was our next job, but we think we've got more pressing issues inside the house with the plumbing. So more on that soon, but we're going to do that next. But anyway, so this is just looking so pretty. Do you know, when I think back to what this tiny house looked like when we got here, it was an old, dingy, forgotten, damp storeroom. And I never thought we would do anything with it. I thought we would just knock it down. But it has become a huge part of our life. It's our office. It's where we do all of our work. One of us spends a great deal of time in here every single day, and it's so pretty. And we've done some recent kind of upgrades to it. So have a look inside. And one of my favourite things at the moment is we've got a little pair of Eurasian blue tits who are very interested in that nesting box. It's magic to see them coming to check it out, and hopefully they move in and we can sit there editing and quietly watching some birds nesting. That would be, well, that's what we hoped it would happen. Anyway, let's go and show you a bit more what we've been up to, because it's just it's all looking so pretty. Let me turn you around again. Here we are back at the courtyard. We've got the table out because the weather's so nice. If you've been here since the very beginning, you'll know what that table's all about. But we had the tractor come, as you would have seen, to fill this with soil, and we've been doing a whole bunch of planting. So just go and have a look at how that's getting on.
It's picking my arm and falls down.
Okay.
I just got it.
Did you get one for Joao?
This 10 minutes.
Okie dokie, 10 minutes, off you go. The porch is now finished, and we moved that rose bush into the corner here, and John has tied it so that it grows up and over. And hopefully we'll get a beautiful creeping rose up there. And then we've kind of started to fill this bed with all sorts of lovely things. We've got some geraniums. I don't know what these are called, but they've got the most beautiful little flowers when they do eventually open. They're a lovely rich orange colour. And I think those are John's weeds that he likes to think are daisies. We've put some strawberry plants in, which are going to hopefully grow down and have strawberries for the boys to pick. Lots and lots of gorgeous, beautiful lavender, some more strawberries. John doesn't like pansies, but I love them. So I put a whole bunch of little pansies in here, and that kind of marks the border and the start of my little herb patch. So this is what I've done in here. Now, this is lemon balm. And this is mint. There's another strawberry. This is thyme. And I've got rosemary and a whole load of rosemary here that I'm going to take up to the veggie garden. Now, you're probably going to all be going, don't put lemon balm and mint in your herb garden. But let me tell you what I've done. Because I personally thought it was a stroke of genius. What I've done is planted the mint and the lemon balm inside one of those plastic pots that come from the garden centre. A really nice big one with lots of good quality compost. And then I've buried them inside the pot in the soil so that their roots can't run, and we'll see how they do. Hopefully they'll still grow nice and big and bushy, but they won't be able to take over my herb bed. I'm going to get some basil seedlings and seeds into here. I also would like to get a whole bunch of chives maybe, and I've got my parsley and coriander growing in the greenhouse, which will come out here eventually when it's a bit warmer. And yeah, so that end is kind of John's flowers, and this end is my herbs. We've got about 1 billion lettuce seedlings coming up in the greenhouse, so there'll be some lettuce interspersed in here when the pansies have had their time, and it's warm enough for them to come out. And we're really hoping that this is going to burst to life and be the most beautiful flower bed. John's put a whole load of bulbs in the back there for lilies and dahlias. I think these are dahlia bulbs that we've moved from other parts of the farm, which I need to get in today. So yeah, we've been very, very busy with the garden. And the other thing that loads of you were asking about was, how are we going to manage drainage in this bed, because there's no holes at the bottom? John's had a bit of a stroke of genius idea. It involves these little pots from IKEA. And the idea is to drill holes in the wall at various intervals and put these into the wall so that just the top kind of frill sticks out a bit, straight through to the soil, and then plant plants that like to hang. So maybe more strawberries or something else that we can hang out of them so that they serve as drainage, but also we kind of break up the wall. I think we've got 6 of those. So that'll be fun, and probably something we need to do before we paint. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I've also been really busy down here by the greenhouse, kind of jazzing up the borders. We've put some nice wood chips from some of the pruning we've done, and it just looks so smart, and it's lovely to have the flowers. And I've also packed it full of strawberries. With any luck, we're going to have an absolute, I don't know, bounty of strawberries this year, because we've put them almost everywhere. But who doesn't love a strawberry? Because this isn't just our home, it's also our place of work, and it's the content of our work. We really want that everywhere we look and everywhere we go, it feels inspiring and it feels exciting and it feels beautiful. So we're putting in a lot of time and effort into creating spaces that, not just for us, but also for you guys as you spend time with us on the farm each week, that as we move, it's kind of uplifting and exciting and inspiring and beautiful, and just gets us all feeling like you want to get up and go in the day, you know, because that's important. The last bit of really big work we've done is up on this hill in front of the derelict house. So ultimately, we hope that up there we're going to demolish all of that and build a new house. But there's so many treasures in here which we don't want to lose. So we've been busy moving things. And that's kind of a twofold reason for that, which I'll explain. So the first thing is, obviously, we don't want anything to go to waste. So John and Joao have been really busy digging up all of the kind of little hedge bushes. I don't know what they're called, but these ones, I'll show you. These little hedge bushes, which we have everywhere on the farm. Any that aren't going to be able to stay where they are being dug up and moved and put on the hedge on the road that John's been developing. So that will help to really thicken that up and kind of speed it along to make that, to create the kind of private border of the farm that we're looking for without having to put up a fence or a big wall. The other reason is that it's going to be a big shock when big vehicles come onto the property and start disturbing this space. It's so alive at the moment, and the soil is kind of so rich and there's so much growing. And I know that I personally am going to really struggle with the fact that it all just gets ripped to pieces as we build the house. So knowing that we've taken everything of like significance away and given it a new lease of life is really great. But it also means that we're slowly edging towards the point where this area is completely empty and ready to get worked on, so that it's not a massive shock when they suddenly come and they dig everything up and everything goes. At least slowly we're making changes. And it's really, really nice to see the spaces open up, because you can get a sense for what we're working towards. And sat on the stone table looking down there, you can really see what I'm talking about. We used to have a big palm tree up here, which the boys moved and is now down there by the deck. But we also had a couple of little tiny trees down there, which John cleared, and a couple of low hanging branches here. And you can see we're really starting to open the view, and this will be the view from our house one day. And that's really exciting. Feels like we're making progress towards our ultimate goal. I can hear John getting on at the treehouse. I'm going to wander up and see how he's going. Such a cool project, and it's really nice. You know, it's kind of like a passion project, that treehouse. And the next bit of the stone house renovation is digging out the bathroom. So we're waiting for a rainy day to do that. Trying to make the most of sunshiny, beautiful days to be outside. And then the rainy, miserable days, we'll go inside and do miserable jobs. Because digging out a bathroom is not going to be fun for anybody, is it? The thought of a new bathroom in there is very exciting, and we have some pretty cool plans. Anyway, let's go and see this treehouse, shall we? Hello, love.
Yeah.
I'm coming to see how you're getting on.
Oh, good.
We've just finished up a tour of the garden.
That's nice.
How are you doing up here?
Yeah, good. Just about to put a roof apex in, so.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I've got the apex in. About to put the little roof bits in.
Nice.
Yeah,
Exciting. You loving your new nail gun?
I was just talking about it. You know, like what a privilege it is to be able to invest in things like this.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Mega.
Yeah, I love it. Really
Right, I'm going to head up to the veggie garden and go and get some more seeds in the greenhouse.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Have fun.
And feed the poor chickens. I've been trying to do that all morning.
Alright folks, well I was filming a time lapse of all of this, but my battery died on my camera, and unfortunately you just got the first bit of it. So bring you up to speed, I put in a couple of window slots here, well, window frames here. I've also put the roof in, I've done some paneling around the sides, and I've got a couple of rafters up here as well. You're starting to get an idea of what's to come, that's for sure. I'm actually supposed to be inside at the moment editing, but to be honest, the sun's shining and I don't really want to do it, so I'm going to stay outside. I'm going to carry on building some of this clubhouse, some of the tree house, and we'll see where we are at the end of the day. I'd love to get one wall up. Let's do that. All right. folks, with a little bit of luck, next time we get here, when we start doing this project, I'll be able to leave my tools. Oh, is that a primrose? Look at that. I'll be able to leave my tools in the actual treehouse itself. That'll be fun. Right. See you next time. Although next time might be a little while away because I might actually end up working on the extension next rather than while we wait for the wood. Who knows?